In today's video, I'll be doing a full masterclass showing you how to start and grow a website or a blog in 2025 and beyond. We'll be going over everything from the technical setup to niche selection, keyword selection, creating optimized content, and then scaling your website up in 2025 and beyond. If we haven't met before, my name is Avi, and I've been creating content on YouTube around AI, SEO, and digital marketing for the past 5 years. And most recently, I've had a pretty crazy case study, so I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. In the past 6 months, we were able to grow this client's website from getting around 6,000 organic traffic per month to now getting over 67,000. So that's a 10x in about 6 or 7 months in the year of 2025. And we did this all even in the changing AI landscape with ChatGPT search, Gemini overview, and just more people using different search engines. We were still able to grow this website to getting a substantial amount of search traffic per month, and 44K of that search traffic is from the United States. So it's high quality traffic in which we're able to get. So in today's video, I'll be revealing exactly what we're able to do. We did some traditional SEO stuff, but we had to adapt to the new changing landscape. And we did this all by using AI, and we did it all by creating an automated process in which I'll be revealing in today's tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's start with the technical way of getting your website set up on the internet. Now, I recommend using Namecheap because I think it's a little bit more less expensive than GoDaddy. If you have a little bit more money, then GoDaddy is going to be easier to use, easier to set up. But if you don't, you can simply head over to Namecheap, type in the domain, so test blog post site. Right? So we're going to search up our domain here. Obviously, you want to make sure that everything is spelled correctly. Add that to your cart. And then we're going to add managed WordPress hosting. So now we're going to head over to our checkout cart here. We already have some items in here already. So let's go ahead and remove this. We're going to go to checkout. And we can see here that our domain is $15 for the first year. And then our WordPress hosting is only $13. So we're pretty much paying $13 per month and $15 one time for our domain. So pretty inexpensive. So you can go ahead and confirm your order. And once you do, you'll then get a link for Easy WordPress hosting. So Easy WordPress, this is where you'll get an email in Namecheap. And this is where you can now set up your WordPress site. So now we head over to Easy WordPress. You're going to have to do a new website setup. I already have a website here, and once you do so, you'll be able to choose a default theme if you like, or go with no theme, and then you can get your WordPress site set up. And it's pretty quick, and I find, again, one of the least expensive ways to get going, and one of the quickest ways for you to get started on your website. So now, once you're into the back end of your website, once everything's all set up, you can then start creating your posts and customizing your website. I wouldn't take too much time on your homepage and your About Us. I would really start to think about your blog post content and what niche you want to get into. Now, if you wanted to get more ideas about niches, I did a complete video, which I'll link in the description below. But this really tells you how you can select the best niches for 2025 and the changing AI landscape. I've already done a full video on the best blogging niches for 2025. I'll link the full video on blogging niches for 2025. But here are some notes to think about. AI is changing the way that people are searching. So people are going to be going less and less to websites, less and less to blogs to get information when they can just go on ChatGPT and get the information, or just Google overview. So you need to think about what niches will be relevant and what things people will actually want to search more rather than getting from AI. And I would say things that are more personable will do well. So for example, let's say you've traveled around the world and you have so much experience being in specific local places. AI is not going to have much information on that. So that would do really, really well. So local specific content would do really, really well. Authoritative specific topics would do really well. So people wouldn't really want to trust AI when it comes to getting medical advice, when it comes to getting legal advice, or when it comes to doing specific things that professionals would do. So if you have some sort of professional experience, you can create a website around medical stuff, financial stuff that is, again, going to be more high authoritative, that people will trust a human rather than AI. So you really need to think deeply about what uniqueness you can bring to your niche that will allow users, or may want users, to read your content over AIs. Another big opportunity is creating content or a niche around current events and emerging trends. So this can be creating content that's strictly new, fresh, up to date to Google, because you will be in a niche with less competitors. If you're going into a niche like finance or budgeting or SEO, there's a lot of big players. But if you just create real-time content, so everyday content around mortgage news today, finance news today, stock news today, AI news today, and you use AI to create high quality but relevant and timely content, then you have a much higher chance of building a website around that than like just creating evergreen content. So for example, my tool WordRocket allows you to create content that's up to date. So I can type in something like mortgage news today Toronto, and what it does is it's going to go out and search the internet for today's mortgage news, and then it's going to write me an article about that. And this is a simple rinse and repeat model that you can do to create 5, 10, 15 articles per day that's fresh and up to date. And Google loves fresh and up to date content. And you'll have a much better chance of ranking and building a website just by doing content daily, because it's fresh, there's less competitors, and AI is not trained on that information, so people won't be able to get it that easily. So tech reviews, world events, market trends, AI industry updates, specialty and authoritative content, we talked about that. So users trust human experts. So if you are an expert within any one of these fields, then I would definitely recommend building a site around that. Or you can partner with someone who is, an authority within this space and tell them, hey, we'll work together. I'll build your website, get you more clients, but I just need you to be the face of the website. And 9 times out of 10, someone would want to do that with you. Visual and video enhanced content will also do really well. When you're creating your website or your blog, I need you to stop thinking about just creating written content, because again, written content can be found anywhere, but videos are unique, videos are personable, and videos is what will allow you to stand out from your competitors. So don't just do text only blogs, add text, add videos, add HTML elements within your articles and blog posts to do better, and we'll be showing you how to do that in the later modules. So you need to think about your niche selection and your website as being holistic, not just only blogging, but also posting on LinkedIn, posting on X, posting on YouTube. Just think about your website as being more holistic rather than singularly on your website. And that will give you a good barometer of how to build and how to choose your niche. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit more clarity over niches. Again, if you want to watch the full video, I'll leave the link in the description below today's video. Okay, so we've built your website. We've now went over niches. Now let's talk about keyword research and actually writing your content. I do recommend using Ahrefs. I think it's the absolute best when it comes to doing keyword research. There are some free ways in which we can use, so let's go ahead and try out those free ways. So a very, very simple way we can start our keyword research is heading over to Ahrefs, scrolling all the way down to the footer, and we're going to use the keyword generator tool. And we're going to enter in our main topic or our niche within this section. Let's say my main niche is budgeting. I can search up that niche within the free keyword generator, and it's going to give me related or phrase match keywords. I'm only going to get 20 because it's a free version. So I can take a look at this to give me a good idea of keywords and good idea of what people are searching up. So what I can do is I can then take this information here, right? I'm going to copy over all of this information, head over to ChatGPT. So I'm going to paste in all of those keywords, and then I'm going to tell it to, based upon these keywords, build me a topical map with keyword/blog post ideas, be detailed, and include as many keywords as possible, related keywords, LSI keywords, for a full topical map. And as you can see, it's given me a full map of my websites, right? So my core pillar page, which will be budgeting, that's my main hub, right? So I'm going to do an overview of budgeting, types of budgeting, links to subtopics, budgeting apps and softwares will be my second hub. So where we do reviews of apps and softwares, and supporting blog post ideas will be there as well. And our third hub will be budgeting templates and spreadsheets. So we can then create actual templates and spreadsheets and upload that onto our website, which will do really, really well. Zero-based budgeting cluster, capital budgeting, supporting lifestyle and evergreen content. And then we get some ideas for internal links and topical authority. So just from this little information here, we have a good map of our website. And what we can do now, we can tell it to expand on, let's say, core pillar page number 1, expand, give me as much content as possible. right? And expand on core number 2. So I would recommend building out one core pillar page hub, which would be budgeting in this example. Build that out, create as much content as you can, aim for 100, 150 articles. It really will be dependent on the actual topic itself. Some are going to have more topics than others, but write as much as you can on that specific topic, exhaust that, and then move on to the second cluster and so forth. This approach is good, but the only thing that it lacks the validation of keyword data. So we don't get that information that we would get back from Ahrefs when it comes to actual data of how much people are searching up these keywords. And if you wanted to get that, and if you do have an Ahrefs plan, you can actually get a $29 per month plan, which is going to be like their very starter. But this is really good because you get about 100 credits in which you can use. You can do keyword research at least for the first month of your content, write as much as you can around that specific topic, and then the next month, if you run out of credits, then do research again. So you can definitely get started with $29 per month, which is not too expensive. So if we're adding up our monthly costs, right now we're about $40 per month, including our domain and hosting. So if I were doing keyword research on Ahrefs, this is what I would do. First, I would, if I'm in the budgeting niche, I would then go on Google, type in budgeting tips, because I think that would be probably one of the main keywords for that niche. I'm going to try to find a relevant blog. Okay, so Money Sense, this looks like this would be good. So I'm going to copy over this link, head back over to Ahrefs, and we can see that this is a pretty decently sized website. They look like they're making some good money as well. And then I'm going to go to the organic keywords, and this will give us a good idea of keywords in which we can start writing on. So if you want to get the lowest hanging fruits, just make the keyword difficulty up to 10. Let's show the results. We have 24,000 keywords in which we can go after. So these are all a lot of keywords, and they have pretty decent search volume. So I'll just go ahead and go through this, see whatever makes sense, or what you can do is you can simply, so Ahrefs makes it a little bit hard to copy over all the keywords all at once or download it. So what I would do is I would then copy over all these keywords, head back over to ChatGPT, and just keep on pasting it in. Right? So we're going to copy over all the keywords that we can. Do keep in mind, you're going to have some limits because you are on a free plan, right? So I'm going to copy over all of this, right? It doesn't matter if the data isn't, the greatest formatted. Copy as much as you can. You can even take off your keyword difficulty so you can have a more holistic approach of how keyword clusters and everything kind of works together. But again, copy over all of those keywords, pop it into ChatGPT, and then I would tell ChatGPT, based upon our topical map and based upon these keywords, create a plan for me. So now based upon these keywords, we now have some more topical maps and some content clusters in which we can create content around. So it will either use those keywords within the existing topical maps or create a completely new topical map, because these keywords are catered towards a different topical map. But again, if you rinse and repeat this method, right, by going through different websites, that was only one website that we went to. A pretty cool feature is that you can go to organic competitors. So if you think that was a very, very targeted competitor, we can go to organic competitors and get similar competitors to this website. So we don't want to do something that's too big or too much of a corporate brand. But again, we can find another website. So like moneygenius.ca seems to be another good website here that we can use. So we're going to head back over to our keyword research, go to overview. Now we have over 200,000 keywords in which we can start with. So again, do the same thing, copy over all these keywords. So copy as much information as you can, head back over to ChatGPT. And again, we're telling it to either connect that with an existing cluster or create a new cluster and give me a plan. So now we have, once you, again, rinse and repeat this as much as you can to really get a full picture, now you've done your planning, it's time to start writing your content. Can't stress this enough. Keep on doing rinse and repeating, or you can go on Google and find the biggest website, pop it into Ahrefs, head over to their organic keywords, search up their keywords, and just copy as many keywords as you can, and pop that into ChatGPT. So rinse and repeat that method, and that is the best way for you to find content that's relevant, that's in your niche, that people are already ranking for, people are already searching for, and that is where you can now start your content creation. So again, I've went ahead and added in those new keywords. So it expanded my content plan by adding in Canadian benefits and payments cluster. So this pillar page will act as a master guide linking all of benefits, right? So again, like this is just really, really good stuff that we're getting. We're planning our attack. Planning is going to be probably one of the most important parts of getting your blog post or a website up and running, because you need to choose the right niche, you need to be in the right space, and you need to have the right plan and the right content that you're writing about, because if that's not done, it's going to be very hard for you to grow your website. Okay, so now that we have some ideas here, we can then start by writing our content. The last thing I told it was put all the clusters together and give me a plan with blog post ideas. So let's go ahead and start writing on the first topic, which is the best budgeting apps of 2025. Now, I like to find the best, easiest, and most efficient way to do something that will give me the best possible outcome. If you're going to be writing 100, 200 articles per month, it can cost you a little bit. And if you're using ChatGPT or Claude, I find that the process, first of all, isn't optimized, so it takes a lot of time. And the content is going to be, again, generic. If anyone can go into ChatGPT or Claude and put a topic, then what's the difference between you and all of the other content creators out there? So what I've done is I've actually went ahead and created my own tool to solve the own issues in which I was having. It's called WordRocket, and you can use it by heading over to app.wordrocket.ai. And the way that it works is it allows you to use your own API key from OpenRouter. So OpenRouter is an API provider which allows you to get access to all of the top models, whatever new models they are, like GPT-5, Claude, Sonnet 4.5, whatever it is, you can get those models on OpenRouter. So all you need to do to create your own API key is go to Keys, Create API Key, and you need to add $10 onto your account for it to get started and for your API to actually work. But this will actually carry you a very, very long way. I create about 100, 150 articles per month. And as you can see here, I never actually spend more than $20 in a month. And $20 in a month would allow you to write at least 500 articles per month. So you can take your own API key, pop it into WordRocket, and then you have access to all of these pre-made templates. Each template allows you to enter in your sitemap, which will then scrape your URLs and use those URLs throughout your article. So your internal links will be automated. You can also write in different languages, and our all-in-one SEO generator allows you to generate images within your content and also use your brand guide. So you can put information about your website or your brand guide within the brand voice and knowledge section. You can create that, and then that will be used within your article. So let's go back to the first article in which we got back, which is the best budgeting apps of 2025. I can use the real-time blog post generator. And again, if I wanted to, I can enter in my internal links. I can enter in my content language. I'm going to paste in this topic. And the reason why I'm using this specific template is because this will actually search up the best budgeting apps in 2025 using Perplexity AI or GPT-4o Mini. Search it up, get the most live information, and then use that with Claude Sonnet to write a really in-depth, high-quality article. So this cannot be replicated if you just go into ChatGPT. This is going to be unique to you and unique to your content, which will allow you to differentiate yourselves from your competitors and also write a really awesome article, but also it's very automated. So I'll show you, once you create this article here, it will take a couple minutes for it to get started. But once it gets started, it's then created in the background. So you can then go ahead and create another article right away. So again, this once it's being done in the background, you can then focus on other tasks. As we can see here, it's being done in the background. And then we can go ahead and create another piece of content. So that's how you can automate your content creation. And as you can see, you can create 10, 15 articles very, very quickly. Right? All I need to do is change my topic here. In terms of cost, WordRocket is freemium. So that means you can use it for completely free, but you do have some usage limits. So for example, you only have 3 articles you can use per day, and then it resets. And also there's some templates like the competitor analyzer template that's going to be premium, and the bulk blog post generator. And also if you wanted to post your content on WordPress, so we have an automated way to post your content onto WordPress, but to have the ability to post directly to WordPress, you need to upgrade to a premium plan. But if you do so, then it's really, really automated, because I'll show you what it'll look like. Once your content is finished, as you can see here, let's go ahead and take a look at the content. We can connect our website, and then we can post that directly and it'll go onto the post section of our website. Once your content is completed and you're upgraded to a premium member, you can then go ahead and click the WordPress button. It will then pull the post title. We can choose if we want it to be in draft mode. We can then choose your categories and we can post this directly to WordPress. So as you can see, it's going to be posted and we can go view post. And I've already went ahead and connected my website. And boom, here we go. Our content has been automatically posted onto our WordPress. Now I want to show you guys something cool. As I mentioned, the all-in-one SEO Generator 2.0 also generates images throughout your article. So as you can see here, it will generate a cover image and generate up to 5 images throughout your article. And as you can see, these images are really, really good. The content is relevant and there's no distortion in the text because we use a very high model. And right now, content image generation is completely free to use. So again, I can go post to WordPress, right? Let's post this to WordPress, view our content. And as we can see, these images are going to be automatically posted onto WordPress. So this again is how you can automate your content creation. You have a very powerful tool to create very in-depth SEO optimized content, and then you can post that directly over to your website. So let's go ahead and look at some of these templates again. So we have the all-in-one SEO generator that I showed you. This allows you to then generate images throughout the articles, and we just saw an example of that. My second favorite template is the competitor analyzer template, and this allows you to enter in, as you can see here, you can enter in up to 4 or 5 of your top ranked competitors, put in their URLs, will then generate an audit of those URLs and create a custom prompt that you can then use within your article. You also have the ability to use Gemini for free and create articles. You also have the ability to create product roundup articles. So if your niche is in product roundup and you need to create, let's say, a comparison article, you can do so using this template. You can improve your existing content. So if you already have a blog and you want to improve your existing content, you can use your content improver template. Now, I've done a lot of tutorials on WordRocket, so if you want to see those tutorials, I'll leave it in the description below today's video. But some of the main points are, again, you can create your own custom brand voice, which will be integrated into your content. You can connect it to WordPress, you can automatically post, and you can create images for completely free using WordRocket, and it's all automated. As you can see here, we did an article on iPhone 15 Pro, and this is more up-to-date information here. As you can see, it's up-to-date. It is 2025 information. So you can also write up-to-date content. Again, as you can see, images will be baked in throughout the article with internal links for your actual website itself. And you can create content in any language that you like. And you're using your own API key to upgrade. It's very, very little to upgrade to the premium plan. So I think it's a very, very solid, amazing tool that will be a great complement to you then growing your website. WordRocket was a secret tool that I used to build our client's website to now getting over 100,000 visitors per month. We created about 90% of the content using WordRocket. And as we can see here, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these articles. These articles rank. So this is the first article that's getting our most views right now, right? So we're getting over, I think, 15,000 views on this, or traffic on this actual article itself, and we use WordRocket to create it. We even use WordRocket to create these interactive HTML elements. If I go back here, you can add your HTML elements, so it'll create a customized HTML element that you can use within the article. So again, let's go ahead and take a look at this third ranked article here. Beautiful interactive guide. We use that creating WordRocket. We take that HTML, we convert it into code. As you can see here, it creates a really in-depth article, and these images are beautiful. And again, if you wanted to really upgrade your articles, I would definitely recommend adding in videos. While we're on that, let me show you quickly how we're able to do so. Simply copy over all of the content that you have. For your source, copy text, paste that in there, click insert, and then all you need to do is then click AI overview, and the AI will create a video overview that's really, really good. And you can then copy over that video and embed that onto your site. Here are some examples that I've already done.
Okay, let's talk about it. You're getting ready for a big day, and which can cause a nasty app that's spreading.
And you can do this for any one of your article types because again, it's really, really good. What I would recommend is I would recommend just creating a lot of your content at first. And then once you see content that's starting to rank in, let's say, the top 20, top 30, and you can see that there's a little bit of traction there, then go back retroactively and then upgrade the articles, add HTML elements, add more images, add more videos. Because at that point, it would make sense for you to then upgrade. It doesn't make sense for you to do that for every single one of your articles because you don't know if all of your articles are going to rank. So that's the last sort of module, or the last tip is create a bunch of content as you can. Go crazy with your content. Just keep on creating and creating. And then once you have some content that's ranking and doing well, I would go back, add more images and add videos to further optimize them, and then just rinse and repeat. And over time, by creating 100, 150 articles per month, there's no reason why you shouldn't start seeing some traction and your website will start growing. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this masterclass. It was very action-packed and in-depth. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I would recommend checking out WordRocket. It is the best content creation tool in the market. It's also the most affordable because, as I mentioned to you, you use your own API key, and the content itself is really, really good for heavy users and users that really want to be serious about growing their website. Any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. Take care.